Welcome to part one of the illusion of material happiness. I'm Anna F., your tutor, and we begin this module by examining a powerful force shaping modern identity, the pursuit of material happiness. At first glance, material happiness seems quite simple. It's this joy that we feel after acquiring something new, a beautiful dress, the latest phone, a freshly renovated kitchen. But beneath that surface lies a deep and often invisible story, a belief system woven into our culture, our advertising, and even our sense of self. So in modern society, material happiness plays a crucial role in shaping both lifestyle and identity. We are taught to equate success with accumulation, and that self-worth is something that we can signal, right? With our clothes, with the cars that we drive, with the homes that we live in. I like to think of what Carl Jung once wrote. We spend the first half of our lives trying to become someone, and then the second half trying to become ourselves. And much of that first half is actually driven by material pursuit. But what happens when those pursuits leave us hollow? When the joy fades, sometimes just days after a purchase has been made. Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill. It's a cycle in which every new acquisition brings only temporary happiness before we return to our emotional baseline. We feel elated when we buy something new, usually, most of us do. But then this excitement fades. So we then chase the next thing and then the next. It is a treadmill. It doesn't feel like it's a path, right? It's just this never-ending circle. But the problem is not that material goods bring no joy. The problem is that we confuse temporary satisfaction with lasting fulfillment. Erich Fromm, in To Have or To Be, warns us. Modern man has transformed himself into a commodity. He experiences his life as an investment, which must bring him the maximum profit. When we define ourselves by what we have, we lose touch with who we are. This phenomenon is intensified by social media, where curated lifestyles flood our screens with polished versions of success, luxury, beauty, wealth, all on display 24/7. It is no wonder that comparison creeps in, that feelings of inadequacy surface, that we begin to believe that we're behind if we don't own the latest this or that, or live this best-looking life. And this has real consequences. Studies show that while material goods provide short-term pleasure, they don't improve long-term well-being. In fact, the constant pursuit of more is often linked to anxiety, stress, financial strain, and a deep sense of emptiness. It can also lead us to neglect more meaningful sources of happiness, relationships, purpose, creativity, connection. As Jung might say, when we seek meaning externally, we often bypass the inner journey, right? So one key insight here is that materialism is often tied to self-esteem. We use possessions to validate our worth, to prove that we belong, to signal that, we've made it. But this kind of validation is incredibly fragile because it always depends on having more. And that means that we never quite arrive. So what now? Well, this lesson invites us to pause and reflect. Where do my ideas about happiness come from? When I chase something material, what am I truly seeking? Have I mistaken longing for love, consumption for contentment? This is not about shame or rejection. It's about clarity, and then from clarity, choice. This video was made possible thanks to AI Tutor, a powerful tool for students and educators worldwide. So please like and subscribe, and together let's continue challenging the systems that hold us back and work towards a future where happiness, style, and self-image belong to you. In our next lesson, we're going to explore the psychology of consumerism, how desire is manufactured, marketed, and then ultimately monetized. And if you want a more powerful shift in your life, book me for a one-on-one coaching session, a transformative process that might change your life forever. But for now, I leave you with this. Happiness was never meant to be bought. It was meant to be lived. So I'll see you in part 2. Until then, have a good one.